I love that Beatles song, The Fool on the Hill. It reminds me so much of what's happened to me in the last 10 years. I've been in the trial world, as you all know, going back a long time now, and I was in a happy place, and then I fell out with the corruption and didn't realise how corrupt it was and how the corrupt look after each other and back each other. So I pulled away from that, and it felt very lonely. And that song, Fool on the Hill, remind me of those times. And then I got to enjoy it. I got to enjoy training people's gun dogs and not having to deal with the madding crowd of the trial world who all wanted me at one point, because I knew what I was doing and I could train people to a high standard. So the trial world pulled away, and then the shooting world stepped in. I didn't know anybody in the shooting world. I was on the trial scene. And then all of a sudden, in the next 5 years, the shooting world came into my world. And I started putting myself out on Facebook and talking on forums. And then all of a sudden, I got attacked by the fluffies, the snowflakes, the so-called positive only people who wanted to create negativity and ruin my life. And they did it. They did it. But I fought back. I fought back. So I was back on the hill again, the fool on the hill, through my honesty. My honesty gets me in trouble. And yet, no one's totally honest. And I'm not saying I'm whiter than white, but what I'm saying is, my upfront character, my nature, the way I see things and the way I say it the way it is, it upsets people. But guess what, everyone? It's now gone absolutely crazy. It's backfired on the freaking lot of the snowflakes. It's gone so busy because so many people have been sold a lie for so many years, whether it's the trial world, the pet world, whether it's positive or balanced training. And now what's happening? It's unbelievably busy. And then I go back to that other song. I'm a one-man band doing the best I can. I didn't realise that it would become so watched, my videos on YouTube. So what people aren't doing now, because I'm not putting so many videos on YouTube, they're contacting me and asking for advice all the time. I've got to say, my customers have got to come first. I have to look after my Patreon customers, everyone. I really appreciate the videos and messages that you want, critiquing your videos, critiquing, but I've got to stick to the people who support me. And I know you're supporting me, as in coming to me and saying, Chris, can you give me advice? I've gone to this trainer, I've had this, I've had that. What can you say? I can't get involved in everybody's training spats or trying to improve your dog. I can't, it's impossible. One man can't. So what I'm saying here is a plea to everybody. If you want to contact me, then fine, but please make it worth contacting me, because I'm up for an hour to 2 hours every morning before I even start. Okay, I may be still laying in bed, answering emails, reading messages, watching videos. And I tell you, I appreciate it in one way, but in another way, it's overload. It's overload because one man can't sort out all the problems out there. There is enough people out there with so many problems. It's unbelievable, everyone. And it's a shame, innit? Because who's suffering? These guys and you guys. I put my videos up on YouTube. It's a shame they've gone, all 5,500 of them. It's still in my head all the time about that, because of the hours of work I put into it. The hours and hours of work I put into it. You won't believe 5 years of my life went into putting those videos up to help people understand that discipline is part of the structure of life. Not that I'm promoting cruelty in any way. And what's it done? It's changed people's mindsets. People are now talking about discipline in dog training. There was a few of us talking about it in different aspects of dog training. And then all of a sudden we got a following, and then everyone started going, right, I'm going to start making myself into a dog trainer. That's fine, no problem, do what you like. But what I'm saying is, without putting it up there and talking about it, it gets brushed under the carpet, and that's why when the fluffies come in and they attack, everybody thinks that no one uses discipline because everyone's been told it's love and affection that trains dogs. It's not love and affection that trains dogs alone. It's having balance. But you can't call me a balanced dog trainer. You're not going to put me in a category. I stand alone. I'm a specialist in what I do. I train gun dogs to a high level for clients and customers. Jack, get here! Jack! That dog, it's something wrong with his head. Aren't you? I thought he cleared off. Wasn't his fault, but guess what? There's no reaction. He doesn't come running in. He just like stands there and looks at me. Do you know why? I don't think he's never had no discipline. I think if he had a few corrections for that, I think he'd come in like a bullet. There's a fine example. The only reason I didn't panic, but I was worried because the colour of him, he blends into some of the cover easy. And I was looking for him the other day and he was gone. And he was behind the rabbit pen down there. And there's a road there, and as I'm talking, I've got to watch the dogs, and I took my eye off for a second, where he's the only one at the moment that wanders a little bit, quietly off, look. Doesn't do nothing really wrong, but he's not very responsive. Like, come here. Look, oh, he's having the crap. That's not his fault, that's my fault. Timing. I was just showing you. Anyway, going back to what I was going back to, is he may have to have some discipline. He's a soft dog. That's why I've not disciplined him. That's why I've not had to be nasty with him. But guess what? He may have to have a couple of corrections to say, when I raise my voice, you come in, no matter what you're doing. Break away from whatever you're doing and come on in. Come on into daddy. Where the rest of them know those commands. When you change that tone of your voice, and you don't do it very often, but Jack, come here. There you go. Good lad. Good lad. Had a good boy. Get on in. Good lad. Get on it. And it's important. So going back to that, what I'm saying to everyone, the reason I've ranted on this morning with what I'm on about is I'm inundated. My head is screwed because I am answering message after message, answering question after question. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm going to have to say that unless you want business with me, and I've got to run a business, don't forget, I've got to run a business. I'm not being money orientated, but I've got to look after my business customers. So please, if you want to join Patreon, I will bend over backwards to answer you. Join in that group of like-minded people. They're there to help you as well, because their videos will help you. And you're asking me the same questions, some of you, that I've answered thousands of times. And I totally understand, because the videos have been taken down off YouTube. But they're on Patreon. Come over to Patreon. We're building an army, we're building a library. And it took a while to build it on YouTube, and it's going to take a while to build it on Patreon. But we're the most watched gun dog trainer on Patreon. And there must be a reason for it. Why are people travelling all over the country, all over the world, to come and train with Chris Upton? Because Chris Upton does something different. He explains it all, warts and all. The good, the bad and the ugly. Let's have a look at this one at the top of him. What's his name again? Dougie. Look at this. Good boy, Dougie! I love him. He's mad as hatter. I love him. Come on in. Look at that, look. Look at that. That's what it's all about, everyone. That's what it's all about. Changing the mindset of these dogs. He's loving life. He's had a freaking long holiday. Good boys! Good girls! Come on then. Anyway, I got customers today. Trying to get videos up. Still answering questions. Still doing videos. Chris Upton signing off from sunny Cornwall, wet sunny Cornwall. Nice breeze today. Lovely training weather today. And catch you all later. That fat little bastard down in sunny Cornwall's always moaning. If he's not busy, he's not happy. If he's not quiet, he's not happy. When is he ever happy? I've had to put my long top on for the first time for a while. It may be sunny, it's windy, it's definitely 10 degrees colder, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it, everyone. Jesus Christ, I'm not looking tired.